What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another Clash Royale video. Now, before we get into today's video, I wanted to give a quick shout out to my current $50 giveaway that's going on right now. To enter this giveaway, all you need to do is subscribe to the channel and click on the first link in the description below. That link will take you to a separate page, entering yourselves to win an iTunes or Google Play gift card. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and click on that top link in the description below and make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'm also doing a giveaway on Twitter, so make sure you guys go follow me on there and check that out as well. But now that that is out of the way, let's go ahead and jump right into today's video. And that is going to be the next two cards that are coming to Clash Royale. Within these past few weeks, we have seen the introduction of the Tornado spell in Clash Royale, as well as the Elite Barbarians. Here's the Tornado, as you all know, and of course, just a few days ago, the Elite Barbarians, wherever they are at, came out as well. So we have the Elite Barbs, we have the Tornado, and in just a few weeks, we'll also have the Clone Spell. We haven't talked much about the Clone Spell yet, so let's go ahead and see what the description has to say. The Clone Spell will duplicate all friendly troops in the target area. Clone troops are fragile, but pack the same punch as the original. It doesn't affect building. So it looks like the Clone Spell is going to clone a troop, and here are the levels based off of the Clone Spell level. A level 1 clone that costs 3 elixir, which is actually pretty cheap, is going to clone all troops in the radius of 3 target tiles, to a cloned level of 6 for common cards, 1 for epic, 1 for legendary, and 4 for rare. And this is only at a level 1 clone spell. So let's go ahead and compare this radius really quick to some of the other spells in the game. The poison does have a pretty big radius of about 3.5. So if you can picture how big a poison spell radius is, just go ahead and knock off a half a tile from that, and that'll be basically as big as the Clone Spell is going to be. So the Clone Spell is pretty much the same size as a poison spell, and it clones every single troop in the target area. Now the description does say that these clone troops are going to be fragile, but they will pack the same punch as the original. So for my guess, I think that means they'll do the exact same damage as the original card. However, they will barely have any hit points at all and probably be able to be zapped no matter what the troop is. Now there have been some pictures going around of some troops being cloned, and there are also some gameplay online, but of course I can't actually show you guys that gameplay without getting a strike on this video. So just to be safe, I won't be showing any gameplay. However, I will show you guys a few screenshots, and you guys can go ahead and look it up somewhere else if you're interested. Now the Clone Spell is going to be a really interesting card to play. It will be a lot different from the mirror. I was kind of confused at first how it's going to differ from the mirror, but of course you'll be able to place the Clone Spell anywhere on the map no matter where your troops are, and essentially double the entire army in that 3 tile radius. So if you're doing like a world record video, this could definitely help you out. And if you really think about it, 3 Musketeer decks could be pretty deadly. Think about this really quick. If you drop down 3 Musketeers and then went ahead and mirrored those 3 Musketeers, hoping that the enemy doesn't rocket or fireball them, as long as you have like a golem or a giant in front of them, or a tank at least, you could essentially clone those 6 Musketeers and create 12 Musketeers behind a golem. That would do an insane amount of damage. Now of course all you have to do is fireball most of those to get rid of them, and the clone troops will have a very low hit points. So I'm assuming any clone troop will be able to be zapped and probably killed by any troop as well. However, if you time it right and make sure your opponent doesn't have any elixir, or at least have a tank in front of your troops and bait out their zaps, arrows, and all that sort of stuff, a clone spell could be very deadly. And then you also want to think about a giant skeleton or Sparky maybe. Cloning a rogue giant would be pretty nasty. However, I'm not exactly sure how the clone spell is going to work in certain situations, considering the golem explodes when he dies. So is the clone golem going to explode into cloned golemites, and is the giant skeleton bomb going to drop when the clone giant skeleton dies? And if you have Sparky, are you going to clone Sparky and he's going to be fully charged just like the other one, or is he going to have to restart his charge from 0? Because if you time it right and your opponent doesn't really have a clone spell, he's just really low on elixir and can't counter Sparky, and you drop a clone spell on that Sparky, generate another one, that would basically be 2 shots of Sparky going off at once, and that would take out an entire tower. Same thing with the giant skeleton bomb. At level 4, giant skeleton does almost 1,000 death damage, and if you clone that bomb, it can do 2,000 damage right there. So there are a lot of questions to be asked about the clone spell. Let me know what you guys think about it down in the comment section below. Definitely an interesting topic, and I can't wait to see what you guys say about it. But in around 10 days, we will also be knowing the next card that is coming out, and it is a legendary card, adding on to the legendary collection in this game right now. And as most of you know, Opegit Studios is a pretty popular, I think, Russian, like, I don't know, studio company thing. They post on Reddit a lot about the upcoming Clash Royale leaks, and most of the time they are pretty accurate. A few weeks ago, I did upload a leak about all these new cards whenever the Tornado was released. We didn't know anything about the Elite Barbarians or the Clone Spell. However, the leak did, and the leak was right, and the 4th card that I mentioned was an Electro Wizard, so that could possibly be this new legendary coming out. And there's also some gameplay going around the community about the Electro Wizard. Like I said, I can't show that gameplay, but here's a few screenshots of it if you guys would like to see what it looks like. I'm not 100% sure if this stuff is legit. It could be photoshopped, it could be a private server, who knows what it could be. However, it does look pretty crazy and it might actually be real. The Electro Wizard, in my personal opinion, kind of looks like the Ice Wizard, but instead of shooting ice out of its fingertips, it shoots a bunch of zap spells. So it's like an infinite zap spell coming out of an Ice Wizard. Looking at the gameplay of this Electro Wizard, I can't really tell if it stuns the enemies because the gameplay isn't that best of quality. But like I said, it looks like an Ice Wizard that shoots zaps instead of ice. So there's a lot of speculation about these cards going around recently through Reddit, through the community, and on YouTube as well. I apologize for not showing any gameplay. I just didn't really want to risk anything. If you really want to check it out, you can probably find it somewhere else. But I did show you guys a few screenshots and talked about some of the cards for a little bit. I really wanted to talk about the Clone Spell with you guys and ask you what you think of it, because it does look like a pretty interesting card. And then I also wanted to bring out the possibility of this next legendary card and what it actually might be. So who knows, these leaks could be legit, but they haven't been confirmed yet. I normally don't talk about too many leaks on the channel, as well as like fake arenas and stuff that most YouTubers talk about. However, the Clone Spell has already been revealed, and I really wanted to talk about that. And in the same leak that the Clone Spell, Elite Barbarians, and the Tornado Roll talked about, there was the possibility of an Electro Wizard, and it does look pretty legit as well. So with that being said, if you guys did enjoy today's video, make sure you smash that like button down below, and if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe for more Clash Royale content. Let me know all your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below about this next update and what these new troops might be. The Clone Spell looks really interesting, and I can't wait to get my hands on it, even though it is an epic card. I will most likely be doing a gymming video for the Clone Spell. It won't be too much, but I do want to get my hands on one and test out some of the gameplay. So hopefully you're excited for that, but that's all I've got for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.